how do we interpret this? Is there going to be a shift? Is there now finally a realization? We've got the visuals coming through. These are first here at CNN News 18 of Prime Minister Narendra Modi arriving at the White House for his bilateral with the US President Joe Biden, and this will then be followed by the comprehensive meeting, the first in-person meeting of the Quad nations, which would also happen. So this is the first time Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to be in person meeting the US President Joe Biden. We'll try and go across to Maha Siddiqui. Maha is through with us. Yes, Maha. So Prime Minister right on time.
Anand, yes, Prime Minister has arrived at the White House just a short while back. We could see his cavalcade coming up to the White House. I'm just moving out of the frame, Anand, so that you'll be able to see the number of people as well from the Indian community who are here, gathered here. In fact, most of them just wanting to get a glimpse of the Prime Minister. Of course, you can't get a glimpse from this far off. There's an entire park, the Lafayette Square, behind which is the White House. And the cavalcade just came in and it has gone inside. There is 45 minutes that have been slotted, Anand, for this meeting today between President Biden and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, out of which we will see some sort of opening statements that will be given by both sides. And after which the talks will start. So the usual format is that the two leaders get some time to talk separately, and then there is a delegation level talk as well. The US President has made it clear that of course Afghanistan remains a big issue for India as well, and therefore that is going to be discussed today, Anand, apart from many other issues that are pressing for India. In relationship to Afghanistan, the issue of Taliban being at the helm of affairs, them not having an inclusive government, rather terrorists being part of, proscribed terrorists being part of the government, as well as Pakistan, that is the hand behind this Taliban government. All this is going to be raised by the Prime Minister. Apart from that, trade issues, the issue of China and its aggression, these are all on the platter today. 45 minutes is the time. Let's see how long the meeting goes on, whether there is a spillover of the meeting as well. Anand.
Well, those visuals coming through from the White House at this point, Joe Biden was not there. It was, I think it was Jill Biden who was present there, the First Lady present to welcome. I'm just going to get a confirmation because Prime Minister Narendra Modi was received by a lady there, and who then ushered him in that upon his arrival. Maha, if I remember correctly, the last time he was there, Donald Trump was outside to receive him with the First Lady. So is this a departure from protocol? Was this agreed upon? How would this be looked at? No, neither the President nor the First Lady are present outside. It is Prime Minister arriving at the White House, being ushered in, and then he has gone in. So those are the visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi arriving at the White House for his bilateral. We do not see the presence of the President, US President, or the First Lady there. He has been welcomed and ushered in, and he has walked in for the engagement. Now, how would you read this, Manjeet ji? Is this a departure from protocol? Is this a signal?
Actually, I'm not the right person to ask. Ambassador Sajjanhar would probably be
I'm just hoping he's through with us because we'd lost the link with him. So I'll just check if Ambassador Sajjanhar is there. Ambassador Sajjanhar, okay, we will try and go across to Ambassador Sajjanhar in just a bit. Glenn Carl, what should be expected in this 45-minute long meeting? What will be US's priorities or the Biden administration? How will they look at this engagement?
Well, we all understandably place huge significance on the meeting, any meeting between heads of state. And of course, that is consequential. But we never really should expect that head of state will do too much substantive in a meeting. These issues are very complex. Working on supply chain issues, just to take an example, or how the U.S. and India might coordinate diplomatic positions with regard to the border crisis for India. These are issues that take talented diplomats huge amounts of time to argue about the placement of a comma on. So it's largely a ceremonial issue, but the issues that they will the issues that they will sign agreements on, I think, are to strengthen. My sense would be that the Quad is focusing progressively on the economic foundations of state strength, the supply chain issue, the technology transfer issue, the exchange of experts and students issue. I place personally huge importance, although I haven't heard much talk about it in this summit, on the exchange of students and the access of students. 20 years ago, I was asked to do an analysis of what were the 5 technologies that the United States needed to protect to maintain global superiority. And the answer of the intelligence community was that that question was completely off target.
Right.
Technologies change every 6 months. But what gives a nation, the United States, a lead is this web of educational institutions, financing, access, and openness to challenge and expertise from outside. And that the United States would harm itself if it closed that down.
Right.
So that's the focus that I would hope strategically the Quad would move towards. But I think we'll see supply chain and technology issues today.
Well, I'm just going to, before I go across to Ambassador Sajjanhar, I'm going to go try and connect with Maha Siddiqui once again. Maha, if you can hear me, Prime Minister is at the White House. You said it is going to be a 45-minute bilateral that would happen. You're joining us live. There's a huge support or outpouring of the Indian diaspora also to cheer for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But neither the US President or the First Lady were present upon his arrival, and he was ushered in. Is this a departure? Because if my memory serves me right, Donald Trump and the First Lady at that time were present, and even before that, there has been the welcome very warm. This seems to be very, very official and very strictly business.
Well, we have often seen, Anand, leaders, using some of these informal means of actually welcoming some of their dignitaries to send out a message of warmth, camaraderie and friendship. The Prime Minister himself has been doing that for many leaders when he has gone to the airport to welcome them, just to give a sense that the relationship is special. And a lot of what we've seen in diplomacy recently is a lot of diplomacy being conducted also on the basis of personal equations between leaders, and perhaps you have diplomats on your show there. They will have a better idea. It's not a new phenomenon. We have seen even in the past leaders striking that personal note, and this is all just so that the ties between countries can be deepened. If a personal note is struck, it just becomes easier to communicate to the other side, to the other person. Anand, there's a bit of a melee over here, some sort of chaos and confusion. Not only because there are some Indian diaspora present here to get a glimpse of the Prime Minister, but there is this protest that you can see that is going on. This is with regard to Xinjiang. You can see some of the protesters
So the Uyghur protests also on, Maha.